to describe tonight's game?
Panicked, probably panicked. The errors, especially if you think about it from the defensive end, just the unnecessary help in some regards in the rotations. It started off where an ability probably to keep the ball in front of us, and then the overcompensation, unnecessary from one or two passes away, leaving shooters out in the perimeter. We couldn't match their physicality. They were really setting some good screens, and by comparison, we didn't. So, found myself searching pretty early on, 2 early timeouts in the first quarter, and going deep into the rotation, just trying to find someone to, not play panicked, and probably put the cue in the rack pretty early on, knowing we got to back it up in 2 days against Brisbane.
Obviously, both yourself and the Taipans and New Zealand have struggled this season. Just given how much you did lose, does this give you a better indication of where you guys really are at in terms of the competition?
To an extent, yeah, in a level of inconsistency, which has always been the case, and it's just trying to string a couple of possessions together, let alone a couple of games together. And we have players that have good games and then have poor games, and again, just trying to find who our main 8 are really is a challenge for us, because it changes with the weather.
You subbed the starting 5 midway through the first quarter. Was that more to just get them to reset, or was it more to kind of look for answers on the bench?
Bit of both. We didn't count. This is 2 weeks in a row now where we sort of came out with that real bad start, and New Zealand were having whatever they wanted. So a combination of hit the reset and look for something else to get going on the bench. But you could sort of feel it within the group. It's one of those unusual situations where, this is the thing with the young group that we have, and it's definitely no excuses, but you can sense that level of panic early on. So sometimes some guys will try and shoot their way out of it, which is not the answer. Some guys try and match the physicality, but do so illegally with results in fouls, which is not the answer. We just didn't stick to our processes.
And did Modi throw anything at you tactically that surprised you, or was it more just lack of effort from the get-go and not being ready for the contest?
Yeah, everything we played at, this is the third time we played them, and so their thumb 3 action, the Iverson action they ran, everything we prepared for, they just executed it. The differences in setting screens, they did a fantastic job setting screens where we didn't. It was just a really bad game.
Sam, how do you turn it around heading into the Bullets game on Sunday, less than 48 hours time?
That's a good question. I think you just have to, it's cliche to say learn from your mistakes, because we know what we did. We know why we lost. I think you have to just move forward, everything you do in life. Just move forward. Bring in the effort. Take it personally. Be upset like we should be. We just got smoked at home, and we should go into Brisbane and bring that energy. Be upset.
Obviously, with that poor start and then going to the second half, do you feel like you brought the energy or the effort in that second half to even contest?
Yes and no. That's about it.
Out on the floor with Jackson Cartwright, was there really much you could do to limit his offense, or is it the case of he just was pretty much just on one tonight?
He played well, but there's always something you can do. There's always something we could have done. We, had to collapse in more and play the scout better. Again, he played a good game.
Sam, following on from before, I know there were possessions that you were fighting pretty hard physically, and a lot of your teammates were boxing out and fighting for position. So it's not really a lack of effort, is it? There's little sort of things around that you can unlock to get consistency with what he said, right?
Well, Forde said earlier, it's inconsistency. In positions, and then in quarters, and then throughout the season. So, I feel like that's the biggest thing right now. We just got to focus on that. Yeah, there's patches of effort, but then there's patches of no effort. You can't win a game like that, I think.
Your own personal performance, how would you rate it, and what would you do differently going into the Bullets game? How are you going to prepare to change
play aggressively, set good screens, box out, rebound, do the little things, and bring the energy. That's all we need right now. Energy.
Why do you think the energy wasn't there tonight?
I don't know. We can make excuses, but again, I can't pinpoint one thing.
For you, a long week, obviously the city's gone through a cyclone, and to see this many fans turn up and sort of unite sports can sort of unite people, and to watch Taipan's time, I mean, surely great for them for a long week.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody coming out. A lot of areas that were affected by the cyclone, and it causes a lot of hardship in all different degrees. So, thinking of the community and people who are impacted by it, and again, appreciative of everyone coming out, knowing that the weather's still kind of average out there, that they make their way to come out and support us. So sorry we couldn't put on a product that was worthy, but again, thanks to the Cairns community as always.
Forde, can you take any positives out of tonight?
No, really can't. This is the frustrating thing. We roll into Brisbane and probably have a bit of a narrow focus of who will play in that group, and maybe the change is we just back it. But this is 2 weeks in a row where we sort of come out with a real sluggish start, and it's becoming a bit of an issue. Oh, perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.